Thankfully, there's Ko-fi. You probably know about all the ways that you can support independent creators like Patreon, OnlyFans, stapling a fiver to pigeons. Platforms like Patreon are amazing if you want to offer something exclusive to your fans every single month, but I don't want people's access to the music I make and the tutorials I make to be limited by their income. I want my stuff to be available for free, but my accountant tells me that that's a really bad business model. And that's why I made this Ko-fi account. If you're lucky enough to have a bit of spare cash floating around and you've enjoyed or made use of anything I've made over the years, you can buy me a coffee, or you can contribute towards new computer hardware, guitar strings, you know, all those things that are necessary to music creation but that aren't free. If you make music professionally or as a hobbyist, I hope you take a moment to check out my YouTube channel or my Twitter account, and if you like what you see there and have the means to do so, I hope you'll consider supporting me on Ko-fi. See you later.
Bum bum bum. How's it going, internet? Liam Taylor here. Ooh, slightly louder in the left than the right. That's not good, is it? Let me fix that real quick. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, you didn't see nothing. Still a little bit loud. Okay, hi. How's it going, internet? Liam Taylor here, LT guitarist. Exciting time to be alive, isn't it? We are today going to have a look. Excuse me. Today we're going to have a look at Cubase 12, which of course was released this week. We're going to look at some of the new features. We're going to look at some of the ways that old features work slightly better now. We're just going to have a play around. We're going to have a little look through the software, see what it does, and stuff like that. So if you have any questions about Cubase 12, feel free to drop them in the chat or leave them in the comment if you're watching the replay. Leave them in the comments, excuse me, if you're watching the replay on YouTube. We're just going to have a nice little play around. We're going to see what happens. We're going to try some out. I'm probably going to end up on the Steinberg website and be like, what else did they add? And then we'll try that. If you're wondering, yes, just over my shoulder is a velvet Jesus statue wearing a sombrero. No, I will not be referencing that feature in the future. I'm really good with words. Words are like my whole deal. Okay, so this interface looks really very similar to the previous Cubase interface. That's because I changed the color scheme. I like the slightly lighter color scheme, the more sort of silvery grey rather than the dark grey. I just prefer this. I also think it's better for doing live streams and stuff. I mean, let's start out easy. Let's start out with an instance of Halley and Sonic, and let's take a look at the new piano instrument they've given us. Verve, I think it's called. Yes, it's called Verve. So you've got a whole load of presets here. Let's just choose one at random. I'm going to play a little bit when it loads. Really nice. So what this instrument does is it's a nice felt piano, but it also has like a little bit of a texture that happens underneath it as well. So you can click between these different this is inside of Hallian, of course. You can click between these different interfaces to change different elements of the piano. It's really nice, and you can control the kind of pad aspect with the mod wheel, which is really nice. Let's have a little bit of a play. What else can we do with that? You can turn off these elements, so you're just left with the piano. You can also turn off everything. you can turn off the piano completely. Which is quite nice. Let's just keep to the piano for the moment. Galactica, how's it going? Yeah, it's a lot like the Noir pack, I think. So we can change all sorts, like the distance of the mic to the piano, I guess. Oh, I love pedal noise, I love key noise, I love all the noises. Let's shove all of those up. Release level as well. Let's just turn everything up. Color is like a tone knob usually. Ooh. That's quite nice. If we up the compression, kill the reverb, a little bit less of all these noise. We'll get rid of the pedal noise as well. Ooh, that's the key noise, isn't it? There. I need to get a sustain pedal on this keyboard at some point. The compression's really nice there. So that's nice and fun. What about just the texture by itself? So we've got a lot of different samples, I guess, to choose from. Can we get a little bit more level on that, or not really? What about some of these other sounds? Ooh. I never got over the fact that Native Instruments, not true because I still use Native Instruments. Native Instruments, they had a bunch of like kind of standard piano instruments that came packaged with whatever version of Complete it was I bought. And then in one of the updates they just got rid of them. I was like, my standard pianos. Now I'm stuck with Alicia's keys, damn it. Or the Giant if I want something like really over processed and weird sounding. But yeah, piano instruments are one of those interesting things. I think you've got to have something like really special about them. Like I think it's a Native Instrument piano that's like the unicorder, which has got like the wrong number of strings per key, which is a really interesting idea. So I think you've got to have like a piano except whatever. Ooh. And like the fact that this is free as well means I'm actually going to try it out. Ooh. Not a piano player. Well, it's a nice little delay on there. Rah. Let's maybe record that in. That's quite nice. And then we can tweak the sound after the fact. So we're just going to go test 2. Da, da, da. Oh yeah, no, I keep on the... It's the same power chord in the left hand, isn't it? 2, 3. It's nice. I'm going to put that... Bugger. Okay, so I need to reclaim some of my presets, I guess. The one thing I forgot, which is something I always need, that like one of the only things I change in terms of key commands, is it Shift S? No, but what's it? Snap on and off. For some reason, this is the one thing I need to change. Snap. So what is it usually? Solo. Yeah, Shift S is what I normally do. Snap. Grid snap. Okay. No, because it's in there. Can we look for grid? Auto grid. Can I not just next snap off, snap on? Okay, so that's going to be Shift S, assign. Yes, I want to reassign. Snap on, assign. Oh, snap on off, that's what I want. Yes. Okay. Oh, much better. So I'm going to unsnap that, and I'm just going to put this ever so slightly behind the beat because my timing is awful. There we go. And then we'll loop that up. It's not perfect, but like I don't care. So that's quite nice. I wonder if we can... I need to loop. My bad. My bad. Yeah, it's... lucky for me, once I've set a key command like that, and I'm lucky that I only have one that I lean on, once I've set that up, it's fine. It just stays wherever I need it to stay. Sorry, I'm trying to turn off notifications as I go. I think the texture's a bit loud, maybe? Oh, you can set the key range. Okay, so I just want that in the left hand, so up to F sharp 2. Yes, this is what I want. F sharp 2. So that means that everything I play in the left hand... There it is. That left hand is going to have the texture effect. Right hand is just piano. Yeah? So I think that's going to be really helpful here. Because I'm playing the left hand so gently that you don't really notice the delay. It's kind of doing like a pad type thing. Nice. I'm going to leave the reverb and stuff on there because I quite like it. So that's Verve. I'm a big fan of verve. Hard to say. Verve. Verve. Oh. What I need to do at some point, I'm never going to get around to it, is add custom images here. Just to have fun with. So I'm going to add in that little piano there, just so that's a little more obvious what's going on. Let's colour that in orange. So that's nice. I found an effect that I love. And by I found, I mean Cubase included an effect that I love, but I'm going to try and take credit for that. I'm going to take my volume down a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. It's a bit loud. That's fine. Okay. So I'm taking credit for this effect that Cubase have added. I'm going to add in an instance of Contact. We're just going to do Studio Drummer. Just going to have a little bit of fun with Studio Drummer, and we're using Studio Drummer because I use it, you all use it. I don't know if you all use it, but I've used it a crap load of times on this channel, and I think it's one of the most straightforward drum programs to use. And I'm not doing anything groundbreaking with it. I'm doing weird stuff with an effect that I'll get to in just a second. So we're going to call that drums. I don't know why I chose to sing that. And then we're going to add Studio Drummer. Garage Kit Full. I'm going to change that to like a funk preset. I'm going to change that icon so it's obviously drums. We're going to write like a nice simple kind of drum beat. Boom, boom, do, 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 do. Okay, yeah, I think so. Let's do a couple there. Yeah, and we'll just add a hi-hat in there as well. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm going to take that one down. We're going to repeat that pattern there. Actually quite like that little bit there. Let's do like a... let's do like a little flam for fun. Yeah, like that. Going to repeat it, and we're just going to do like a little fill. I wasn't really doing that for the purpose of them fitting, but they do fit. So maybe we'll just tidy up this MIDI a little bit because I'm not a keyboard player. So I'm maybe just going to highlight all of those and quantize them to the nearest 32. Perhaps the nearest 16th. Oh yeah, that's a little bit off, isn't it? That should probably be there. I'm just going to do that once and then repeat it for the sake of my sanity. Just hold those. Just gonna move some of these around for fun. Just make it a bit more human. There we go. Maybe those need to be done. Now we're cooking with gas. That's pretty good. Nice. Okay, so now we're going to get to the ridiculous stuff. They have added a modulation plugin for modulating the modulation. It's confusing. So what this is a standalone plugin that comes as standard, and you can load these different effects into it and then modulate certain parameters of those effects. Right? So if ever I load in a distortion, for example, and I wanted to automate aspects of that distortion, I can now set it to happen automatically. If I want like a really slow ramp up of an effect, or I want to slowly introduce a reverb or something, I'm probably going to stick to automation of that. But if I want to have like a regular pattern coming in and out, this is going to simplify that to a huge degree. So let's find, they've got like lots of presets here. I think they've got a drum breaks preset, so let's try that out. So in this instance, we've got pitch shifter, time shifter, overdrive, and flanger loaded in. You can see that the flanger is being applied over 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. The pitch shifter, time shifter, and overdrive are all happening. Is that 1 bar or 1 beat? Yeah, 1 bar at a time. Let's have a little listen. Just pretty nifty. Let's move these points around a bit. Oh, my bad. That flanger was soloed. Let's reset that to where it was. Right. It's like I can't even. I love this thing. It's so cool. You've got like you're modulating time. You're modulating time. Which is nuts. I mean, like, individually these are all cool. Like, I'm a big fan of this, the pitch. especially with a little bit of smoothness on there, makes it sound so much more janky when you think like these massive drops would be janky. But the jankiness comes from like adding smoothness. Like, you don't really need the distortion in there, I don't think. Flange is nice because it just adds like a little bit of weird tension to it, but all together, so anytime I'm doing anything glitchy, I'm probably just going to use this. Let's see. Okay, there's quite a lot of release there. Yeah, it's a really quick way to make glitchy type effects. And yeah, you're quite right. I installed this yesterday and I had stuff to do. What I did was play with that. I'm behind now. Let's see what we can automate inside of that. Because we'll get inserts, effects, modulator. So you can modulate, you can automate these specific parameters in every aspect of that effect. So you only get to add, I think, one instance of each type of effect. Fine, absolutely fine. Because then inside of those you can then modulate. I mean, you can have 6 different effects, possibly more, I'm not certain. You can then modulate each of these different aspects. So we could, for example, have the whole process running without the time shifter, and then we automate that in for some kind of weird effect. Just to do like the glitchy type effect. What I'm going to try and do is automate in like the overall mix, I think, which is nice and easy. It's just there. And what else can you do? You can solo things, show effects, show trigger parameters, mix. Let's just go mix. So let's say at the end here I want to have just like one beat or one bar that is just affected for the sake of like having a fill. Where's my coffee? Cheers. Magic. Absolutely magical. I'm just going to add a bit of variety here. I'm going to change these fills to be a little more context aware, because basically we want to emphasize the piano. That's what we want to emphasize. So we're going to go oopsie. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Nice. I'm going to do the same sort of thing here. So obviously that bugs out a little bit. What if we do that for the last beat though? Or even here when that comes in. Okay, so let's get rid of those effects there. Sorry, that was let's get rid of those effects there, and let's bring them in for the next section. Let's maybe have just something really simple. Yeah, like that. And we'll have the effect in that bit. I think we'll go for a different preset. That's a bit much. That pan's a bit much for a drum part, I think. I'm going to replace the pan. What can I do? I am going to do time shifter. How do I add a point? I'll double click. So it's click to add a curve, double click to add a point. Why can't I move the effects? Okay. Oh, stop it. It's a bit unwieldy. The mix is the mix in every individual effect. So what we might have to do instead is not modulate the mix. Keep the mix at about 30%. Let's have a little listen. What if we do... Just got some weirdness in the background. I quite like that. That's quite nice. Oh, okay, so then we've got individual mixes down here. Right, okay. That's behind my face. I'm sorry about that. So we can have this all the way up, but then in each individual thing, we've got mix down here. So if we go from here, that's all right. So for me, something like this is great for glitchy, weird, buggy type sounds. It's a bit abrasive when it's next to this lovely piano thing. We'll be able to make it work. Let's slow it down a little bit. That's alright. So I'm just going to copy the first chord there. Buddha. I'm going to make that gentler. It's quite nice. So let's play with this drum part a little bit. There are other effects that we can add, of course. I'm gonna add the usual EQ stuff, but I'm gonna do it after the effects modulator. I'm gonna treat the effects modulator as part of the sound, because it does affect the sound like in a significant way. So I want to be able to like round it off, make it feel more like a drum part, you know. Drum. Excuse me, Monster Drums is my favourite. I think that effect is quite resource intensive because it took a second to come in there, didn't it? My computer's old and crappy. I need to do an update at some point. So we're also peaking quite a bit, nearly 4 decibels. So I'm going to bring the instrument down by just over, by like about 5. We're going to compress here as well. I'm going to try out Razor, which is a kind of limiter. This is another new thing they've added. Let's see if they've got any presets for drums. Oh, here we are. Oops. How does it sound with the normal beat? I find this kind of visualization really helpful to just sort of see where the actual volume reduction is coming from. I think that's really handy. This is a new plugin as well, Razor. I think maybe we want the overall mix to be a little bit lower as well. Let's go for like a 64. I quite like the effect there, but I think that's a bit much for our purposes here. So let's maybe just go for like the standard vintage compressor that I always use. So we're just going to look for drums, funk drums. I think in that section, it might be worth bringing in another sort of drum kit as well to act as like the normal drum kit, and then this one becomes more like an effect. So I think in order to help us do that, we're going to bring down some of the EQ a little bit. We're going to make it a little more telephony. I might do something like that. I don't know. So let's go. Or we could use the EQ here. I suppose that might make more sense. Yeah, we'll do that. So I'm going to set those to neutral. We're going to go. Let's do 4 of them just for the moment. I'm going to colour those. No blue. So what we'll do, I might also like. I'll just leave that there for the moment. We are going to automate EQ 1, gain. We're going to start here at 0 and go down to like, yeah, minus 20 something. And then at this point, I'm going to set another thing to come back up to 0, like so. So that's the gain reduction for that particular frequency. What we're going to do now is change the frequency a little bit. Gain 1, frequency. So that's not going to be 20 hertz. That's going to be more like 115, maybe a little bit more. 165. We're just going to put a curve on that there. So the high end's still a little bit annoying, so we're going to nuke that as well. We're going to go strip for frequency, and rather than being at the very top, it's going to come down to that. Actually, I'll do that here, down to there. Yep. Going to curve that as well, and then we're going to do the gain reduction also. Strip EQ4 gain. And we're going to go from 0, or as close to it as we can get. 0, there it is. And 0 here as well. We're going to come down to minus like 16 or so. There we go. So it's still in there, it's still bugging away, it's still doing weird stuff. In fact, we can probably put the modulator to 100%, can't we? Maybe not, that's fine. So that's nice. We can put like another kind of percussion on there as well. So maybe battery, for example. When it loads, I'm going to go hip hop kit for the moment. Actually, we're going to call that beats instead of bats. Beats. That's nice, that'll do. Nice. That's doing a thing where it's muting. We only hear one drum at a time. So I'm going to select all of them. Setup, groups. Better. So I've just put them in different... I've put them... So rather than being in the same group, if something's in a group, it's going to mute everything else in that group. I've turned that off by putting everything in kit. So I'm going to pan out the snares a little bit. And I'm also going to reduce the volume of them a bit and the tuning, because I like silly flat snares. I need my overall solo and thing at the top here. Where's it gone? Project history. State buttons. I prefer that. Oops. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Because what I've noticed is the modulation sound just continues to play for a while after the sound has stopped, because it's doing weird stuff with delay. So I'm just going to play like just under a bar and let it fade. Or when I say fade, I'm going to let the effect do its thing, the release. It's quite a nice, dense, interesting sound, and we've only got 2 instruments going on. Well, 3 now that we've added the beats. But let's maybe have a listen from the start and see what we've got all together. Okay, so if this was a song, 2 things. We wouldn't have the ba-da-da-da. We wouldn't have that this first time around. I'm just going to repeat that first pattern, because then it has more of an impact when we have this the last time. We're also not going to have any drums or effects for this first repeats of these chords. Da-da-da. And therefore, in order to achieve that, I need the effects to not mix in just yet. We can do that. And actually, we can let that EQ ring out a bit, can't we? We don't need to do that just yet. I phrased that poorly. We have the EQ coming in on the last couple of beats of this bar. That doesn't need to happen, because it sounds too much like an effect is taking place. We want that effect to happen later. So we're going to bring that in there when there's not going to be any release of that symbol at this point, so that's fine. Lock, 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 lock. Nice. That's all right. So it nearly works. The chords need to go somewhere else because we've just got what is that? Which is fine, but it doesn't do anything, you know. Or is it? Ooh, okay. So we could have so that's like a B-7 kind of chord, nice and solemn. Normally I'd do like a D major, E major, or E minor. But like maybe something with landing on B major is tasty there. So if we go from B-7, D major, I mean, obviously, that's rad. So we're going to have that happen a few times. And then maybe here. Or do we keep that going here? Because it's a nice vibe. Yeah, let's keep that going. Okay. So then we get to this bit. I'm going to make it purple. So what is it? It's D major. D major, which is diatonic to B minor, so that's allowed. And then we've got what's that? C sharp minor, which if we were in actual B minor, that would be diminished. Oopsie. So where does that come in? For how long? Oh, excuse me. I'm going to start that here because I like that. B major. Yeah, so we're going to just copy those pitches over. We're going to copy the fifths over, excuse me. Left hand. Can they go an octave lower? Might be too much. I mean, it's kind of rad, isn't it? What if we ascend? So we're just going to maybe do an inversion there. It might not work. That's really nice. Just thinking of like a little pattern there. Da, 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 da. I'm going to stick the sustain pedal on because we haven't used that yet, and I want these sounds to these chords to kind of ring out a little bit. I'm going to turn it off every time we get to a new chord, and then immediately shove it back on because it's nice. Mostly I just want it on there for the sake of that little melody. That's then got to be a different set of chords, I think. Da, da, maybe. We're just going to stick on E for that one. Da, E major, which is wrong for. I think that's the major voicing for that chord. I'm just going to have a single E in the bass there. And then we go into something else. All right. Pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it. So let's skip back to like a more normal drum sound, but we're going to kind of get a bit loose with it. We're going to just kind of like empty it out, just really complement these chords. I think we're going to go done. Gonna add cymbals. Dun. Dun. And then we're just gonna foot hi-hat in. 2, 3, 4. Cat. Gonna bring that down a bit. Okay. How does that sound? Those are too close to be a flam, really. They're too far apart to be a flam, excuse me. Two, three. Needs bass. Needs big old stupid bass. What kind of bass? I kind of want to add like a 80s dun, 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 kind of ballady bass. So we're going to. Just like real White Snake-esque bass. So it's just going to be lots of B, lots of A. Oops, excuse me. A little bit longer than that, perhaps. I'm just going to increase the velocity of these a tiny bit. There it is. Goo-da-dee-da. Goo-da-dee-da. Do-do-do-dun. There it is. Rad. What if it's just a chromatic walk? There it is. Da, da. I'm just going to leave that as a simple. And then we're just going to have like a B for a long time. Actually, let's just leave it. We could just bring that bass back. I'm just going to copy the chords here, and we're going to get rid of the sustain information there. Octave down for that. I think that first chord's got to hit a lot harder because we just can't hear it. That little power chord. Actually, let's go hard soft. Maybe this beat should be filtered as well. I think for that we've stumbled across the bass line for the next chorus, you know. So I'm going to... Is there a way to unlock... Clean up lanes, create tracks from lanes, hide your pictures, hide automation. No. Is there... Oopsie, what have I done? What have I done? I've broken everything. Oh no. Oh no. Have I disabled the track? What have I... Enable track. That was confusing. I've never done that before. Is there a way to, like, mass unlock? No. Okay, fine. So I'm unlocking these so that when I grab everything and duplicate, the automation goes with it. Because when they're locked, that doesn't happen. Okay. So that's going to be the bass line for that verse. Here, I think we're just going to have long held out notes, you know? I'm going to get rid of that chromatic bit every other time. I'm also going to reduce the velocity quite a lot there. Oh, that's so low it's coming through as an effect. Okay, it's coming through as like a kind of pop effect rather than an actual note, which is not helpful to me. So next time we have that section, it's obviously going to be cooler. So we're just going to have like an actual drum part throughout all of that. So I'm just going to go... Maybe ride on the ones. Yeah. Oopsie. I meant that, obviously. I think we're just going to copy that. I think it's just we're going to stick to that pattern. We'll go down to that E there. Let's have a listen on repeat. Not on repeat. Maybe that should be... Maybe that should be a weird length of a bar. I will add... We'll do like a big full ca-da-da-da. Go 32. Oops. We need a big cymbal there as well. Have a listen from here. I wonder if that should be a shorter bar. You know? You just feel... Currently it feels wrong. So I wonder if we can make it feel right with a signature track. So let's try... We're 4/4 here. We want to go 4/4 there. So this is going to be 7/8. Let's try 7/8, you know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong in a big way, but I'm also prepared to find out. Let's have a listen. No, I was right. I was right before. I do feel like the... Oh, I can't do it there, can I? Aha. I feel like this should come in here. Is the main thing I'm feeling. I think there. So here. Oh no. I'm just going to delete any excess here. And here. Here. So then we need to turn off the sustain pedal as well, don't we? Don't we? Sustain. There it is. Nice. Nice. For this bit, I think we can add in just a little bit of the beat, just for a bit more oomph. So I'm going to get rid of hi-hats and stuff. That's nice. That's the pattern I want to use, I think, up to that point. Oh no, other than... Nice. Let's have a little listen from the start. It's a bit weird. I think there's something in here. It might be that we end up getting rid of... I can get rid of that tempo track, the meter track. It might be that we end up getting rid of the effects modulation thing, because it is quite distracting when that comes in. I want to find a way to incorporate it, but like even if we don't use it here, I think you can still really see the potential for this plugin elsewhere, you know? Just going to play around and do a bit of processing and stuff. Just the normal routine, you know. Okay, so interestingly, when the effects modulation comes in, it ruins everything. No, it just adds a lot of amplitude to the drum track. So if I compress it with the effect compared to without the effect, it's not going to work. So that's what we need there, but for the rest of it, we need much less compression. So we're just going to go mix. Back up to 88 for that bit. We're going to come down again here. Was it here? 28. There you go. I've done a bit of compression on this drum kit, just a little bit. So we're just going to go vintage compressor, drum, punchy drums. I also want some reverb on that snare, or both snares. Have we got some effects here? I want to see. Reverb, here we go. There we go. Nice. I also want some delay. Do I just want that up there all the way? Yeah, I do. Because there is delay in there that we could add, I think. Inside of the effects modulation panel. Or maybe not. Nah, okay. We'll just add in some delay as well. Because we're mad. Yeah. So we're going to go delay mix. About 20 something %. 20 something %, and we're gonna do the same here. It's just a little wet, isn't it? You know? And I'm pretty sure that's the time shift thing. How do we make it less wet? Just less extreme? Still a little wet, but it's less annoying, I think. I also don't think the whatever effect it was I just deleted, I don't think that was helping especially, so we'll get rid of that. Maybe just a little bit of bit crushing as well. Actually, that's quite nice. I quite like that. I think maybe the bit crusher needs to be first. Yeah? Let's start it from here. Cool, I like it a lot. We need something up here, you know, like an arpeggio or something. Maybe at the very top. Perhaps not quite as Darude as I just implied there. Let's go retrolog. Let's maybe find a little preset that we can screw with. Maybe we'll start with that. Let's turn that volume down a lot, because that's quite annoying. Let's go octave there. No. What else can we do? I want more of a dun. So we go. Nice. Less of a glide. And then we'll add maybe 8. That's what I want. So we're just going to add that in at the very top here. Not quite. I need to budge everything over by 1. So that was -2. nice. That's quite nice. Maybe we fade that in a little bit. A little bit less, maybe. Can we have that again? Yeah. That's a nice little element in there, isn't it? We need something synthy in there as well, I think, for this bit. So we're going to add, I don't know, Harmer? I never use Harmer. That was really loud and I'm very sorry. Let's bring that up. Let's try... Oh yeah, I can't show you that one. Pretend you haven't seen that. What else we got? I need like kind of like a... Not that kind of lead. I need something synthy with like less of a less attack. Maybe like an arpeggio like that or something. Let's try that. I mean, let's try and add it in. So that was a D. C sharp, G sharp. And then, oh no, but it kind of comes in there. Hang on. Actually, let's just leave that for the moment. We'll go B major. Oops. Yeah, that kind of works. So that kind of works, except for when the chords change just before the bar, I think. That one's fine. I think that's all right. Let's have a listen with everything. That can be panned back and forth, I think. I'm also going to get rid of some of the lower end there. Probably going to include it there too, because it's such a nice sound. We're going to go modulation, auto pan. Maybe slower. Nice. There it is. See, when it does the really wide pan, it's like real ear candy, isn't it? So then what happens here? When does that come in? What have I done here? Oh. Cool. So then we want B. Minor. That's got to start there. So then if we go F, we could go B, D. Like so. And then change that one to A. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Let's have a little listen. think we just got to keep repeating that, really. How much is it there by? Let's just tidy these up a little bit, if I can find out how. Big drum fill. I'm going to double up that snare there because I really like it. Actually, yeah, let's just add in some hi-hats there on this drum. Might have to EQ them or reduce them a little bit because they are a little bit intrusive. Ah! That's a lot better. I like that a lot. We've got a little bit of a mess here. We'll make that first one B because it makes a difference. I don't know. And then here we're just going to hold on that B, I think. Just holding that A rather. Just pull that out a lot. I'm going to keep this going as well and just sort of gradually fade them out a little bit because I quite like those synth sounds. I think it'd be nice to end there. What are we? 3 minutes 20. Yeah, this is like the length of a song, isn't it? This can go even longer, I think. Probably up to there, really. I'm gonna just elongate everything a little bit. Elongate is like the ugliest word in the world. Make bigger. Chord longer. Bass longer. Bop, bop, bop. Nice. Yeah, I like having these synths just sort of come in at the end. I think that really adds like a extra degree of life to this section. That was kind of pink. These were kind of purple. This is kind of an outro chorus. It's not properly different throughout, but there's like little elements. So I'm just going to change the colours to indicate change in some way. Let's have a little listen from the start. A little listen. Not a big listen. A little one. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm listening to feedback and I'm remembering to do things that you've all asked for. I'm going to go through the chords now. We're going to have a little look at the theory behind some of these chords. Bear in mind, of course, the usual caveat is that I didn't write these chords with the intention of using specific modes or whatever, or deliberately doing a pickety third turnaround type deal. No, I used the chords that I thought sounded dope in the moment. And we can use music theory and chord theory and chord function and all of that to describe what's going on there. Might as well save these. Yes, chords. So we can use music theory to describe what's going on, and if we want to recreate the same kind of thing in the future, we can use these words to do so, not the other way round. Got it? So we're in B minor, broadly speaking. B minor. So the notes of B minor are something like this. We start with a B. Shocker. I think the last one was in B minor as well, wasn't it? That's how chords should be written. That's how music should be written, but often it's not. C sharp, D, E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is F sharp. Yeah, F sharp, G, yeah, A, and B. So in minor, that's a 1, a 2, a minor, 3, 4, 5, minor 6th, and a minor 7. I'm just going to separate those out so it's a little easier for everyone to read. I don't know if this is any easier, but it's happened now, hasn't it? There we go. So those are the notes of the scale. Those are the degrees of the scale. So what chords are we using? The main vamp is so the left hand stays on this power chord of B, B5. So B and F sharp, the power chord. So most of the time we're just going B minor, and then the right hand's playing A major. Now, if you wanted to refer to this as a chord, you'd have a hell of a time. That would be something like a major. What's that? That's like a 6th with a B in the bass for no reason. It'd be some mad slash chord. This by itself isn't what's important. What's important is the fact that we're playing a B and an A, B minor and an A, and the bass notes, the left hand notes, are just staying the same. So yeah, if you had that by itself, it would have some wacky name. In fact, you might call it... It's quite a nice chord. That would be something like B minor... So that's a minor 7, 9, 11. That's a B minor 11, I think. Except we don't have the minor third in the left hand there, do we? So I would say the main pattern is B minor, A major. Let's call that chorus. You could choose to think of it as B minor followed by B minor 11. So A major, but specifically B5 in the left hand. And the result is that. But that's not how I'm thinking in that. So I'm just, if I put plus, that's sort of a little easier to understand, right? This is fine. All of this is fine. So that's the chorus. The thing, I think, where it gets interesting, because that's the chorus and verse, actually, isn't it? And verse. Same thing. Bridge, or pre-chorus, which here is... Oh, excuse me, you can't see that. Pink, purple. So that's orange and blue. This is the pink / purple bit. Let's have a little look. So it starts with D major, D major, C sharp minor, and then B major. And then it goes D major, E major. So this is where it gets interesting. B accusé, the notes of B major. Let's have a little look. If we build a chorder for the B here, of the D's, excuse me. D major, if we go to build a chord off of the notes of D within B minor, we start with D, so 1, 2, 3, F sharp, 1, 2, 3, A. That's fine. So D major is, what do I say? Yes, I'm going to say yes, because that's fine. That's within B minor. C major, let's build the chord off the notes of C major. Oh no, C minor, excuse me. C sharp, come on Taylor, C sharp minor. C sharp is the 2, 1, 2, 3, E, 4, 5, G. Sounds awful, doesn't it? That should be diminished. So, I'm just going to put C sharp diminished. We should have this, but what we have instead is this, which is obviously nicer, but it goes out of the scale. And this is one of those instances where actually doing something chromatic is nicer than sticking to the notes that we've been given. And obviously going to B major is a different scale. It's B major, isn't it? So it should be B minor, shouldn't it? But it's not. So let's have a little look at the same chords here. Again, D major is D major. That's fine. We can get away with that. I'm going to put enharmonic. Enharmonic? No, I'm just going to put yes for the moment. So what about E? E major. Let's build a chord off of that in B minor. So we start with E. 2, 3, G. Well, we already have a problem, don't we? And then what's the next one? B is fine because it's the 5th. So that, again, that should be minor. Is what it should be. So what does this mean? So we've changed a few pitches. Let's work out what's changed. So it's in the C sharp minor, it should be A. Excuse me, it should be G instead it's G sharp. So it should be, actually is, so we should have G. Instead we have G sharp. And then, actually, if I nudge these over, I'm going to get rid of that D major because we already know D major. So inside of this chord, we should have G. We actually have G sharp. Inside of B minor to major, we should have D sharp. What we actually have is D. And then E major, oh no, excuse me, other way around. If it was B minor, I've confused myself. It should be D, what we actually have is D sharp. And here, if it's E major, so what we actually have is G sharp, where it should be G again. So there's these two pitches that change here. So what are those pitches? If we have a look, G sharp and D sharp. So it should be G and it should be D, but those are actually sharp. So maybe if we play, let's try an experiment. Let's see if this is in B major. B major. So it's B major, we start with B. The 2 is C sharp again. The major third is D sharp. E is fine because it's the 4th. F sharp is fine because it's the 5th. G sharp should G should actually be G sharp, and A should actually be A sharp for a 6 and a 7. So let's have a little look. D sharp, G sharp, yeah. So it looks like we're actually in B major. I'm just going to check the other notes of this scale. So D major is a D. Oh, interesting. So actually, D major has no place inside of so it should be D sharp to F sharp to A sharp. So if we were in B minor, if we were in B major, excuse me, we wouldn't have a D chord, we'd have a D sharp chord. And it would be D sharp minor. So, I guess what that means is, and the way I'm going to think about this is that we're teetering back and forth between B major and B minor. There may be like a more logical conclusion to it, but that's my opinion on what this piece is. And screw you if you disagree, I wrote this. So I'm going to say that whenever in this pink purple section we play a D major chord, that's a reference to B minor, which the rest of the song is in, but then the rest of the chords in this section are major chords. Yeah? Not everything in music theory and music has to fit neatly within boxes. You can go between boxes, you can get rid of boxes, nothing has to be categorized. But sometimes it's nice to think in terms of categories. Just not today. Ladies and gents, I'm going to wrap up there. I'm going to head off because my throat is starting to kill me. I'm probably going to come back and play with the modulation more today. That really is the exciting bit for me about Cubase 12, and that's absolutely worth the update for me. I quite like the piano as well. I think there's a lot of cool stuff in there, and I'm sure there's lots of other features that I haven't even gone near, but I will at some point, probably. What are the next streams? So tomorrow I'm live, Convo Hat podcast, to celebrate our centenary. Episode 100 goes out tomorrow, and we're doing a bit of a live stream on Convo Hat podcast on Twitch, Conversation Hat podcast on YouTube. We have 10 minutes ago released a documentary on YouTube. Where did the Conversation Hat come from? A little bit of background about the show there, which you can go and find. Conversation Hat podcast on YouTube. Go watch the thing. And I'm also back on Monday, of course, for the next Thickify stream on this channel, LT Guitarist. Let's see how Thickify sounds in Cubase 12. And then I'm back on Saturday after that. Many thumb. Should have been big screen for all of those announcements, but I wasn't. So, sorry, I guess. Alright, see you tomorrow on Convo Hat, and Monday right back here. Toodaloo.